See Lindelof videos, factor the polynomial completely. This I'm going to use factor by grouping. So in factor by grouping, what I did was this. I'm just looking at this, to be honest with you, I'm just looking at this and say this is 1x cubed, and 1 over 7 is 1/7. Then I looked at this negative 9 and this negative 63, and I'm like, you know what, negative 9 over negative 63 is equal to 1/7, and 1/7 is equal to 1/7. It's just a silly way to play this, but I'm trying to figure out, if I was just looking at a problem, how would I know where to start? And I start looking first for what I can factor out. And when I see there's nothing I can factor out, I start thinking factor by grouping, and I just work my kind of way down through my list of things. So the way I'm going to look at this, if you don't mind, is this. I'm going to look at this as if it said this. If it said x cubed plus 7x squared plus, and if you look at this, I haven't changed anything. I'm just showing you the model of the way I'm looking at it. Because if I distribute, there's a 1 out in front of here. If I distribute this 1 through, the parentheses are satisfied, and they just go away. And this is a positive 1. If I distribute that through, the parentheses are satisfied, and that just goes away, and it leaves it exactly the way it was in yellow at the beginning. So you ask, Charlie, why would you do this? Well, the reason I did this is I was trying to look at this, and I'm like, what can I factor out from these two pieces? And I can factor out an x squared. So I'm going to take x squared times x plus 7. If you look at that for a second, see if that works. I think that it does. X squared times x is x cubed again. X squared times 7 is positive 7x squared. So nothing changed. I just rearranged the pieces a little bit. I have this positive sign right here. But here, if you don't mind, I'm going to factor out negative 9. So take this negative 9 out. Sorry. Take out this negative 9 right here. Negative 9 right here. And then if you take a look, you'll see in just a second why I'm doing this. Because negative 9 times what is negative 9x? Well, x. And negative 9 times what is negative 63? Well, positive 7. So hopefully in yellow you can see what I'm doing. And when you get that, then you can start gathering these pieces up. And I'll show you this, and you're going to go, oh my God, what in the world just happened? But I can fix this also, so hang in there with me. So I'm going to take this x squared minus 9 and say x, whoops, sorry about that. I'm going to keep it in the right colors. X squared minus 9 times x plus 7. You're like, okay, how did you get rid of this x plus 7? I didn't. I just gathered these things together, and you need to distribute it this far. Now I can just do FOIL here, right? And it would be x squared times x, then x squared times positive 7, where that's right there, isn't it? X squared times x, then x squared times positive 7. After I was finished with that, I would have done negative 9 times x, but look, here it is, that negative 9 right here. I'll do negative 9 times x, that's this one. And then I would have done negative 9 times positive 7, and here it is right here, negative 9 times positive 7. So that worked out really, really good. We're almost done. They slipped this in on us. This is called difference of squares. We look at difference of squared this way. We say we have x squared minus 3 squared, because we know that there's a rule that says if we have a squared minus b squared, something that looks like that, then what we can do is get a minus b times a plus b. So that's all I'm going to do here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say that a is x and b is 3, and I'm going to get x minus 3 times x plus 3. And don't forget we had this x plus 7, so I'll put my x plus 7 here. Just really quick to show you this. You can do the same thing here. This, I'm trying to prove to you that this thing has not disappeared. X times x is x squared. X times positive 3 is 3x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. 3x minus 3x is 0x's, which is in there. And then negative 3 times positive 3 is negative 9. So it's all there. All right? Look, you guys, I hope this video was really helpful. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Thanks.